That is absolutely fine. That doubt is clear. So let us start discussing again, and probably we'll continue from the parts what we have left. Okay. So we left with somewhere, and we'll try to re-continue from there. Right. There are a lot of things to study. A lot of concepts are there. So we were discussing about this concept. Now, here new things I'll just put up. If x is greater than 2, then implies that x square is greater than 4, but for x less than 2, okay, less than 2, then x square is greater than or equal to 0, okay. Less than 2 because 0 can be there, it implies that it will be x square is less than or greater than or equal to 0, because of the same concept, that magnitude concept. Since magnitude of negative number with magnitude of negative number square will be greater than smaller magnitude number. Okay, this is the concept. We can smaller magnitude, whenever the number is smaller magnitude number, magnitude of a you can say bigger magnitude, bigger negative number, magnitude of a bigger negative number square will be greater than smaller magnitude number. Obviously this is a concept. So x square is greater than 0, or we can say that, so we can conclude with few things here. If x is greater than 2 and less than 4, then implies that x square is greater than 4 and less than 16. But if x is greater than -2 and 4, so it will be different here in this case. X square is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 16. Similarly, so this is new, this is a bit different, okay. If -5, x is greater than -5 and less than 4, then obviously x square is greater than and less than 25. So a is less than b implies that a square is less than b square follows only when distance of a from 0 on real number line is less than the distance of b from 0. So we can say an important conclusion here. A less than b implies that a square less than b square only follows when distance of A from 0 on real number line is less than the distance of B from 0. So let us say it is negative distance from A, 0 of A, which is a negative number. Let us say it is -4 and it is 3 for the B, then obviously it will not be applicable in that case because distance is more in that case, right? Whenever the distance less of A, then only it will follow. That is, let us say it is -2 is the distance, 2 is the distance, and here it is 3. So it is very, very obvious. It will be 4 and it will be less than that particular part we can write in that case. Example we can implement here. Every time we have to see the magnitude here. The concept is we need to see the magnitude. Okay. So magnitude is important. Magnitude is important. So -2 less than 3. If you are having, so 4 is less than 9, that's fine. But -4 less than 3 will result to 16 greater than 9. Okay, why? Because the sign will change because the magnitude is a difference. Okay, so this is the concept we're taking from here. This is very, very good concept. Also, if x square less than equal to a square, then x belongs to minus a. Okay, x square greater than. So there are some other parts where more working is required, I can say. I'll just write here R because I think okay, this particular part I have kept as R. Okay, so one important other conclusion which is kept is if x square is less than equal to a square, it implies that x belongs to x square is less than equal to a square. So it says that minus a and a. Let us say x square means it is less than equal to a square. It means equal to is also there. Okay, minus a will be coming to picture. If x square is greater than or equal to a square, in that case x belongs to minus infinity a minus a close bracket union close bracket a infinity. Okay, so here it will be like this. You will revisit this after, maybe after some time. Okay, so let us move ahead with what is the values, you can say values of 1 by x from given value of x. So let us try to calculate this. Okay, let us try to calculate this. Okay, so we'll try to calculate, we'll try to work on this. So let us say we have 2 which is less than 3, then it implies that 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 3. See, in reciprocal and negative sign, the inequality changes. Okay, minus 4 6 is less than minus 4, it implies that minus 1 by 6 is greater than minus 1 by 4. So this we can see, and let us go further. Minus 3 is less than 2, it implies that minus 1 by 3 is less than. Okay, and here it is negative also, be very careful. It is negative, okay, that's fine. So it is less than half. Sign does not change, why? Minus 3, because negative uh, should change here. Minus 3 is less than 2. Then 1 by minus 3 is less than half. The values on both sides of inequality have some same sign. While taking reciprocal, the sign of inequality alters. But if the values on both sides of inequality have opposite sign, then while taking reciprocal, sign of inequality remains same. Okay. So the conclusion what we can make from here is, if values on both sides of inequality have same sign while taking its reciprocal, the sign of inequality alters. If values on both sides of inequality have same sign, then it alters, and if it is not even same sign, it does remains same. Okay. So here example we'll take, for example, a greater than b greater than 0 implies that 1 by a less than 1 by b, and a less than b less than 0, 1 by a is greater than 1 by b. Okay, so let us go to a different segment now, this part. Okay, if values of if values on both sides of inequality have opposite sign, then reciprocal reciprocal sign remains same, remains same. That is, reciprocal sign remains same. That is a very, very important conclusion, I will say. For example, A is less than 0, and B is greater than 0. It implies that 1 by A and 1 by B. So it will be same because it is less than 0 and it is greater than. That's why it will be same. Okay. Now there are few examples here that we'll try to understand. Okay. Examples. The first example is 2x is like this. So directly it will be, you can say half 1 by x 1 by 3 is greater than, directly we can put it here. Okay. Second example, if I keep, it is minus x. So again the same thing will happen. Minus 1 by x 1 by x 1 by 2 directly. Third example is important to us, that is minus 3. So x is greater than minus 3 and less than 4. So here we have to work out. So for this particular part, x is greater than minus 3 and less than 4. So 1 by x is not defined. You can write is not defined for x is equal to 0. So 1 by x is not defined. That's why we'll just keep like this. Minus 3 x less than 0, or x is greater than 0 and less than 4. Okay. Implies that minus 1 by 3 so if the sign is changed, so you have to understand this particular part well. Okay. Minus 3 we consider, so we consider minus 3 is x is greater than minus 3 and less than 0, or x is greater than 0 and less than 4, because 1 by x is not defined for x equal to 0. So we're taking the cases of less than 0 and greater than 0, not 0, right? Uh, minus 1 by 3, 1 by infinity, 1 by x and infinity, 1 by 0. X is less than 0. So 1 by x, and it is negative infinity, because something is negative, 1 by it will be to negative infinity. And obviously the sign will change here, and why we have to change here the sign, we have to understand. So generally is not applying the rules here that 0 case we are considering, because here it can be 3, x is less than 3 and greater than 0. That also case can be applied here. So for the 0 case, it is a bit different. So here it will be greater than, negative greater than 1 by x and negative infinity. That's okay. Or infinity is coming up here. 1 by x is there, 1 by 4 is there. It is obviously greater, but the sign is changed here. We have to understand why it has changed. Okay, so this is conceptual, and we have to understand the concept behind this. In minus 3 x less than 0, x is very close to 0, but less than, very close to 0 but less than 0. Okay, that is 0 minus implies that 1 by 0 minus is extremely large negative number, is extremely large negative number, is negative number, and what else we can understand from here is extremely large negative number, which is denoted by negative infinity, denoted by negative infinity. In obviously that also you have to understand. In so this is clear. So let us go further. So n is a extremely large negative number. So that's why 1 by x is greater than negative infinity and obviously less than this. In 0 x, for this case, what happens? X is very close to 0, but more than 0. So it is very close to 0, but it is a bit more than 0, I can say. That is 0 plus implies 1 plus 0 plus slightly, so it is very big number, results to extremely large positive number, and it is infinity actually. So we can say a few things here. Finally, x belongs to close bracket a comma b. So here 1 by x belongs to 1 by b comma 1 by a if a and b has same sign, and 1 by x belongs to minus infinity 1 by a union 1 by b infinity if a and b are a and b have opposite sign. So at 1.2 this particular part we are, and now we can go for some questions. So we have discussed this part, and this is a very good conceptual part, I will say. So initially it looks to be very different, but x belongs to a b closed intervals 1 by x belongs to 1 by a. So if having the same signs, opposite signs are there, then minus infinity to 1 by a and 1 by b to infinity. So these are the parts of study. Okay.